Welcome, small business owner. Jeffrey Taylor here, and I'm the Director of Search Engine Marketing for Local Gold Mine. Now, I've been marketing online since 1995, and what I'd like to talk to you today about is your marketing online. And what we're going to give you here are the 3 steps, the critical steps to dominating your local market online. It's time to put your small business on top of the search engines and start attracting more customers. Let's look at a scenario here before we get started. Here's 2 businesses in the same city with the same product and the same exact target market. Now you'll see on the left, business number 1, they've closed their doors. They're gone. They're out of business. Where on the right, business number 2 is full, thriving, doing very well. So what happened? What happened to business number 1? Why are they out of business? Well, they were using the same traditional marketing for the past 10 years. They didn't change with the times, and what that equated to was less customers. Whereas business number 2, they did something right because they discovered the power of marketing their business using what we call local search marketing. And they were able to attract new customers to their business and actually thrive in this bad economy. So how do you attract new customers in 2010, even in this slow economy? Well, the fact is 90% of consumers are searching online and then buying local. But they won't call you if they can't find you. This is the big question. What works? There's so many things out there. It seems like everybody has the magic formula, or they've found the secret to beating Google, and they all want big dollars from you so they can help you become number 1. They make promises. And after a while, it becomes confusing, and you become unsure of what you really should do. I mean, where should you spend those dollars that are very tight right now, where you're not going to get burned, where you're not going to get sucked in by somebody with a so-called magic formula? Now, before we get into the 3 steps to local search domination, let's talk about 3 very important questions. First of all, who are your customers? You need to know who your customers are. You need to know who your best customers are. What are they looking for? And then we need to understand, where are they looking? Where are they going to find your type of business? Most people are going into the search engines. They're looking at Google and Bing, and that's where they're finding what they need. And then, above all, what is your message? Because it doesn't do you any good to be number 1 in Google if your message is weak. So if they get to your local business listing, or they get to your website because you did things right and got yourself to page 1, if you've got a weak message, you're not going to turn them into customers. So your message is very important. All right, let's get into step 1. Most small business owners that I talk to, the first thing they ask is, where do I start? What is the first thing I should be focusing on to attract new customers and get myself up in the search engines so I can start bringing in new leads? And the answer is very simple. You need to be in your local business listings. You need to have a powerful local business listing that gets seen in the Google local results and the Yahoo local results and all the directories that are out there. As you can see on this picture, that is the results of Google local. And you can see that's called the Google 7-pack. And up top there is a business listing. That is not a website. The local business listings are not a website. In fact, you don't even need a website to get ranked in the local listing results. The key is understanding how to design a local business listing properly, how to keyword it properly, how to make sure it shows up in the search engine results for the right keywords, the keywords that your best customers are actually typing in. You see, you got to understand, there's over 1 billion local searches done every month. This is huge. This is the new Yellow Pages. The Yellow Pages that we've all known for years are gone. They are dying fast. Fewer and fewer people are turning to that book to get information. They are going online now. They are searching in the local search engines, and that's where they're finding small businesses in today's day and age. You need to be there. After we've conquered step one, after we've gotten that local business listing up, after we've gotten it so it's coming up in the results on page one, we need to look at your website. If you don't have one yet, you really need to focus on getting one built. Because in today's day and age, your website is your window to the world. It's your ability to market 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to prospects, and you can get your message out there. You can let them know what you have to offer. You can get them interested in doing business with you. But you must understand, your website has to be put together properly. A website is not going to make you any money or generate customers if it's not done properly. So let's focus on three very important and often overlooked areas. Number one, it needs to be locally focused. You need to understand your market, how wide it is, and then make sure that we locally focus that website for that market. Needs to be search engine friendly, because if it's not going to show up in the search engines. That means search engine friendly means it needs to be keyworded properly. What keywords are your best prospects typing in to find your type of business? Once we determine that, then we need to optimize your web pages to make sure you're showing up on page one of Google for those keywords. Customer driven. Your website needs to be customer driven. And what do I mean by that? What I mean is quite simple. Your website needs to be designed around the customer, not around your business. It means that instead of focusing on you, focusing on how many years you've been in business, all your employees, all those wonderful things, it needs to be focused on what the customer is looking for, what their problem is, what information they need, and solving that right then and there. That's how you turn a viewer into a customer. Now, this is real important. Before you build your website, before you go out and hire somebody, it's very important to understand. Now, let me just say, I've been doing this for 15 years. I've built hundreds of websites. I've worked with hundreds of website designers. And the one thing I've learned over the years is that most website designers know absolutely nothing about marketing. They may be very good at building websites, but when it comes to actually setting up that website so that it will show up in the search engines and make you money, they're going to strike out every time. So what happens is you pay them for a website, they build the website, it goes up online, and nothing happens. You end up with a website that doesn't show up, doesn't attract customers, and doesn't make you money. So make sure before you hire a website designer that they understand marketing and they are going to take care of the areas that need to be done to make it search engine friendly. All right, let's talk about step three. And now let me just say, before we talk about social media marketing, which is very powerful and very important, I make it step three because step one and two are critical. As a small business owner in a local market, and with the growth of local search and the search engines paying so much attention to local search results, you need to conquer one and two first. Before you even consider social media marketing, you must be able to say that your local business listing is optimized and doing well in the search engines, your website is up and it's set up properly and is doing well in the search engines and attracting customers. Then we can talk about social media marketing. Now, I'm not saying social media marketing isn't important. I'm just saying step one and two are more important at this point in time. Now, understand, Facebook has over 500 million members. So a Facebook fan page, when done properly, can do a lot of good for your business. Twitter is a great way to communicate with followers, get people to follow you and send them messages on a daily basis. YouTube, second largest search engine on the planet. People love videos. When they come to your website, if you have a video on there, they will stay longer on your website. They will listen to what you have to say. And if you do it properly, you can turn a lot of people into customers with a very simple video. But you have to understand, steps one and two, your local business listing and your website need to be taken very seriously. They need to be done first before you move on to social media marketing. So here it is. Start attracting new customers using local search marketing. You need to do this. Your ability to dominate your local market online may very well be the difference between thriving in this bad economy and closing your doors. how to get started. This is the big question. This is what most small business owners will talk to me about. They'll say, Jeff, there's so many options out there. There's so many things to do. How do I get started? Where do I start? What do I need to do first? And first, call us. Contact us. We will give you a free consultation. You will not talk to a salesperson. You will talk to a search engine marketing expert. We will look at what you're doing now and what you need to do to move forward. And you're going to find that our powerful solutions are extremely affordable and very effective. So call us today. Call our toll-free number at 1-888-466-7341, or just go to localgoldmine.com and fill out the free consultation form. The main thing you need to do is get started today. You need to be online. Times are tough. You cannot afford to lose customers to your competition because you're not effectively marketing in your local search results. You need to be there in today's day and age.